Live from the sleazy motel where he just banged your mom, it's Dickbag Patrol! Yes, Dickbag Patrol, the world's funniest white man, live and ribbed for your pleasure. Also starring Frauded Ram as the old man.
What? What'd you just say?
Get ready to feel the burn deep in your buttocks and in your brain. Prepare to submit yourself to his increasingly perverse commands. Don't try and fight it. It'll all be over soon. You've got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. You're hot for Dickbag.
Oh my God!
Well, good evening, everybody. How are you, Ram?
Oh my God! Doing great. How about
you? I'm all right. I've been moving. So, hello, everybody, by the way, before we get started. I see y'all's in there. I'm just a little off because we, as Ram knows, I'm in the middle of moving, and I'm basically moving out to the middle of the desert. And so we're just isolated from everybody out there. And, the nearest neighbor's, half a mile away, So one of the neighbors came over, and you could literally see him like on a horse out in the distance coming up, the old dust behind him, you could see it for a mile away. And he comes up real gruff looking, handsome, gruff individual, looks like he's ready to party. My neighbor, he introduces himself. He says, it's tradition when we get a new neighbor, because they're so few and far between, we have a really big welcome to the neighborhood party. And I just want to come over and invite you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Always a lot of booze, a lot of drugs, and a lot of wild sex. So I was like, thinking, all right, crazy. So didn't want to, offend him. So, okay, sure. What should I wear? And he said, well, it doesn't really matter because it's just going to be you and me. So.
Love thy neighbor.
Yes, indeed. Well, hello, gang. How are you? Good to see you, Linda H. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we'll see if we get any butt talk tonight, Texas Mad Dog. Thought about doing Chille bingo, but it's almost too easy because he's so fucking predictable. You know what I mean? It's like he says the same thing. You can count on constitutional law scholars, probably a little bit of butt stuff. If I have to guess, he'll say something about Zimmerman and definitely how he's innocent and kind of predictable. But we have 2 phone calls to get through here.
The food is horrible.
Yeah, the food is. Yeah, I mean, it's just all lies, isn't it? But I'm very. I don't know if you guys have watched any of this so far. I have not. So I'm very. I wanted to save myself for tonight for watching this. His excerpt from his book, because this is probably going to be very exciting, right? Now I'm seeing if I can't share it this way. I upgraded my StreamYard, guys, so just give me 1 second. Let's see if I can present it this way, so we don't have to watch it off of YouTube. Excerpt from Chille. Let's see if this works. The last time I did this, it just started. Okay, sorry about that. All right. That's what I was trying to avoid right there. Okay, so you can play them right from here. That's good news. Problem is they start playing right away. So good to know.
And you have to make sure you have the volume turned on.
Yes, it's on. All right. Good to see you, Glover Mom. Good to see you, Tina, Slay, MST. Good to see you, buddy. Spartan. Spartan makes me love. Spartan makes me. He's one of the funniest fuckers on here, man. I swear to God. If you guys ever go to Stone Vet's chat and yeah, we can talk about it. By the way, Frauded or Troll, meet Stone Vet. That was one of the craziest freaking things I've ever been involved with. We can talk about that.
The two Joshes.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was
yeah
some shit.
SV was feeling no pain last night.
No, he was he was definitely feeling no pain. That was something I knew I had to be there for sure. So I'm glad I got to. I didn't get to quite. Didn't quite get to say everything I might have liked to, but I got to say enough, and it was entertaining as shit. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Frauded or Trolls stream from last night. Lord knows how much Troll has had to go back and cut out of it to put it up there to make himself comfortable. But it was quite an introduction. He got some Stone Vet right up the pipe, so it was pretty fun to watch. It was good times. But we're here to make our own good times, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Tina Slay.
Yeah, I was trying to be Spartan. I was trying to, but it was literally not a room to talk at all. It was pretty interesting. All right, so welcome to the inaugural meeting of Chille's book club. This is so exciting. I haven't put any expectations on it, so I don't know. Some of you probably have already watched this either on his channel or somewhere else. But I'm just all a quiver. My belly button has been puckering and unpuckering all day. So thrilled. So here we go. This is supposedly an excerpt from Chille's new book.
Hello, everybody. This is Chille DeCastro calling from the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm an innocent man who has been locked up for filming a...
Yeah, there we go. See, that's why the bingo would be useless. It's just too predictable.
Cop in the streets. So I wrote something today as I have a lot of time to think, and this is going to go in my book. So this is an excerpt of my book that'll be coming out when I get out of jail. I'm going to read it, and there's some things I'm going to say in here that is going to give you an insight to my thinking and why I am the way I am. As I lay down and I think about what went wrong, how could this judge put a first-time offender in jail on an obstruction charge? And I can't believe that I have deserved being put in jail. And yes, I may have said that I hate police, and there's a lot of reasons why I have said that, and there's a lot of reasons why I do. But I thought it was my right to say the things that I said. And so what this book is going to do is help give you comprehension and understanding as why I am the way I am.
Well, I doubt that very much. Well, not the way he maybe, but not the way he's intending. But yeah, already with the innocent man, I'm in jail for filming police. No, you're not. Again, it's just predictable. So this is one of the ways I kind of thought it might go, which is basically it's just an over dramatization of his current situation. It's not any observations about, the prison system at large or anything like that. It's all going to be about Chille and poor Chille. Am I right, folks? Am I right, Ram?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
And so I want to put it into a perspective for you that you can understand. So let me say, for example, that you were going to get a job. Would you take a job where you take people as prisoner, where you put them in torture cuffs and take them to a cage? Who does that? An outright PIG. Now, I'm going to change my verbiage publicly because I must. But I'm not done yet building the comprehension of understanding myself for you to understand me. The goal of this book is so that you will always be able to say, I know why he called them PIGs.
Hey, somebody, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. who said this. They said that they can hear the Sarah McLachlan in the background. Yeah, if you're not hearing it, there's a very subtle little sort of I don't know, sort of pseudo new age trip hop or something like playing very lightly in the background. Points for style for the editor of this, I guess. I mean, yeah, this is let's get back into this.
So I will change my verbiage. I have to. I have no choice to become electable. But because they sign up to do to us, to the public, only for themselves and completely for themselves. To me, the American cop is the most self-destruction charge.
God damn it.
Would you take a job where you take people as prisoner, where you put them in torture cuffs and take them to a cage? Who does that? An outright PIG. Now, I'm going to change my verbiage publicly because I must. But I'm not done yet building the comp.
Because I have to. And this is something I didn't get to point out on your live the other day on the last calls, Ram. He mentions this again, how he has to change how he's talking. And then he sort of qualifies that a little later on. I have to adjust my verbiage just a bit. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to look like he always wants to look like he's in charge of everything, right? So, but what he was saying on the phone call from the other day was that he is going to take a lesson from Robert Shapiro, who's the guy he hired to try and get him off of the drug charges that set all of this in motion back in 2002. He hired Robert Shapiro, the famous attorney, to defend him. And he was saying on that last call, Robert Shapiro was always so nice to everybody, even the clerk, the people in the hallway, the clerks, the court reporter, everybody. And I'm gonna follow that example. I'm gonna mimic what he did. His lesson from that was not, it pays to be nice to people, just to be nice to people. His takeaway was, I have to imitate the niceness. You know what I mean? It's not genuine whatsoever. And I wanted to make that point because I thought it was a very interesting choice of language. I have to mimic normal human behavior, basically. Anyway.
Comprehension of understanding myself, for you to understand me. The goal of this book is so that you will always be able to say, I know why he called them PIGs. So I will change my verbiage. I have to. I have no choice to become electable. But because they sign up to do to
yeah, that's why you're not electable, Chille.
Yeah, that's right.
Us, to the public, only for themselves and completely for themselves. To me, the American cop is the most selfish, greedy person on earth, and I can prove it to you. If you had a job at a popular pizza place, and this pizza place sells pieces by the slice, and the front door that you worked at had a little
Where's he going with this?
turnstile, and every time someone came in, the turnstile would turn around and whack them in the hip or smack them in the back. It just didn't work. You know the three little bars like at a Subway where you walk through it and it flips around? That thing. And so now imagine this. At your pizza joint, after the person pushes through and they get whacked, imagine you would say to them, it's not supposed to be comfortable. Could you even imagine it? Could you even, if they were to complain, whack, ow, 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 this is hurting me. How long would you keep this job?
Let me just say, what the fuck was that? What kind of analogy is this? A turnstile, a Subway turnstile in a pizza place, whacking your customers. This makes absolutely no sense. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Right, that's Chille.
It's pure Chille. Unfathomable.
Yet you continue to hear it day after day, time after time, as people get hurt by police with the torture cuffs them saying, ow, ow, ow. And the worst part of it, the absolute worst part of it, you go into the pizza joint and they stick you in a giant high chair where it sticks you in the ribs and it hurts your back and you're saying, I can't function, this hurts. How long would you keep that job?
Paging Dr. Freud.
Yeah.
Wow. There are no words, really. Let's keep going.
No words.
Of course, this is a parallel. We're talking about the initial attack and the torture that these people called police in America put on us. And so, if you worked at that place where you served pizza and they got whacked every time, you would demand to change, or you would say that they either have to change it or you're going to quit. But what does the PIG and the street say? He says they're not supposed to be comfortable. Torture cuffs are always torture. You cannot apply.
That was a long way to go for
Nothing.
That was wow.
Yeah.
All I could think of. Guys, remember the Simpsons episode where Homer decides to take a shortcut through like a field or something, and then it cuts to them at the end of it with the car all damaged and everything. And let us never speak of that shortcut again. This logic is. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's the problem. I always have to. He's so confounding. Oh my God, glorious.
Torture cuffs to a human being, and then slip them into a tiny slot in the back of a cage, and say that you're not torturing them. When you put them on industrial hardened plastic seats, we, the just, are better than the robber. We, the just, are better than the ravisher. We, the just, are better than the child abuser, the kidnapper, or the killer. Two wrongs don't make a right. And so, what kind of person uses a torture device, an outright mental anguish and fear, and puts it in the people? They're not supposed to be comfortable. Who says that? If cops are not PIGs, where's the decent person who says we can detain and transport people another way?
So you're telling me he's reading this? This is an excerpt from his book, right? I mean, did he write it? I mean, his English skills are abysmal. Having watched him for a year, I can say that, and having gotten communication from him, and I mean, it's just so. Does anybody believe? My question is: does anybody believe he's really reading this? He wrote this down and is reading this, or is he just doing what he normally does and pulling it directly out of his butthole? I say
he's spewing it.
I vote butthole.
Yeah.
So there, I went butthole before Chille did tonight.
What kind of person would sign up to chaining people's wrists behind their back? Answer that question. Imagine it. You're applying.
Whoa, it sounded like the music bed just suddenly dropped out of there. I guess the editor went to get a sandwich.
For a new job, it only requires that you chain people's wrists behind their back. Do you want the job? But yet, if you have no skill set and will pay you $6,000 to $10,000 a month, starting off plus the $15,000 a month signing bonus, now you'll do it. If you want to see a job where you chain people up and you put them in a slot, then you fit perfect in here.
I gotta write this. I gotta transcribe this shit and read it back to myself. I just want to this is how bad Chille's English skills are. But I gotta go back a second.
Almost every time.
Listen to the shit he says about signing up for a job where you put a guy in a slot.
Yet, if you have no skill set and will pay you $6,000 to $10,000 a month, starting off plus the $15,000 a month signing bonus, now you'll do it. If you want to see a job where you chain people up and you put them in a slot, then you fit perfect in here. Almost every time you put those torture cuffs on someone,
pure poetry.
You render them completely and utterly helpless, and you hear them say, ow, these hurt my wrist, these hurt my shoulders, this hurts my elbow. And the cop will reply, they're not supposed to be comfortable. For me, those are the worst people in our society, the worst people on earth.
Yeah, for you, because you keep getting arrested, you goober. I mean, this all comes from the well, it doesn't all come from it, but like the hatred of the police part, I'm sure does come from that raid. But Chille was found guilty. It's like he just I don't know. God. Amazing.
Let's go back to the pizza place with the turnstile. Now, as people complain and you say...
Yeah, let's go back to the pizza place, please. I'm a little confused about it. It's rolling all of this.
Quit. I'm going to quit if you don't fix this. Why are you going to quit? Because it's a $12 an hour job. Your humanity is not for sale for $12 an hour. And what would you say to people who were being hurt by the turnstile or the high chair? You'd call in a fixer, a maintenance man. You'd close the turnstile and say, come around another way.
Well, there's the music.
Yeah.
Again, I guess the editor finished his lunch. Fuck. Quality.
What would you not do? You would say, well, if you want pizza, you're going to have to get hurt. Now, the cops say it's not supposed to be comfortable. But what if we decide to pay you $40 an hour and then told you that you're above these people, that you're better than these people? And you're not just doing a job, you're doing a service. And now we're going to give you a military ranking that you never earned.
Wow, man. This is like the absolute worst analogy I've ever heard.
I'm so glad I didn't watch any of this. I'm so glad I was running short on time.
Yeah, man. It's magical. It's oh man. Wow.
See, there's a guy above you and there's a guy below you, and now you're a part of this bigger thing. You couldn't find a job with a dental plan and a vision plan. You couldn't find a job with an eye plan before. And the plan will cover every single person in your household, including your mom or your mother-in-law, as long as she lives in your house.
So in Chille's world, you have two choices of jobs. Pizza places where there's subway turnstiles that hit people on the ass, or be a cop. Man, this is great.
Do you care if someone gets whacked or pushed in the backseat of a car? You don't care. It doesn't affect you at all. You're important. You never get this kind of prestige and respect in your life. You used to drive a forklift. You used to work at Pep Boys, changing oil in a pit. You used to be a truck driver, alone for days and even weeks. Now other men salute you. You've got tons of buddies. And the money and the benefits are unbelievable. Look at your uniform. Look how important you are. Let's be honest. You're still the dork from the fourth row in history class. You're still with a town bully or the town.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly legitimate problems with the law enforcement in this country, but nothing that Chille's describing I recognize as a real world scenario. You know what I mean? Like, he's just blathering.
Sound drunk. You still and always will be pathetic because you took a job where you torture and hurt people. You would never get to associate or hang out with the cool kids unless you were arresting them. And you've taken the bribe and the benefit and the racket. It's all about you. And then you say they're not supposed to be comfortable because you learned it from another door.
Yeah, Kisker. Yeah, I don't know where. God only knows where he's pulling any of this from. It's quite astounding.
Who happens to be 60, and they're teaching the young dorks like you to be insensitive, cruel, and inhumane. For who? For themselves. That guy is not a cop for you to serve his community. If any of you cops wanted to actually serve any communities, there would be an outright rebellion and a mutiny about the torture custody. You cannot serve.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah, somebody said he ought to experience law enforcement in other countries. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you don't think, like, the funny thing is, we've have legitimate sort of rights overall being stripped from us in this country, but the fact that, you know, we have problems, right? But anything Chille or any of these low wattage auditor people do is going to have the slightest effect on anything that's actually going to affect,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean, history in any way. So it's just hilarious listening to him bloviate as if he's thanks, Tubesok, appreciate that, as if he's you know, knows anything. It's just incredible. I mean, yeah.
Torture and fear every second of every single day, and then say it's in the name of your safety. Sorry, it just doesn't compute. Say it out loud. They're not supposed to be safe as you snort. These torture cuffs are for officer safety, but you're not an officer. Officer means duty, honor, respect, civility, service. Those are the 5 words I think of off the top of my head. And when you think of the word officer, duty, the duty to treat other human beings with compassion and dignity, honor the others you would want to be handled and how you would want to be treated. Humanity is respect. Civility is to treat people with the same civility that you'd want for yourself and for your brother. And service is
Right, Kim? It's just, I mean, I'm moved
the
personally.
needs of other people and the needs of the community. And here's what John Galt says in the book Atlas Shrugged. Man cannot survive.
Oh, man. See, this would have been a good reason to do bingo. I had that as a bingo question. When will Chille start fucking quoting Atlas Shrugged? Oh, man, I knew he would find something in there to his liking.
Thanks, CJ. Appreciate that. That's awfully generous.
Well, what happened? Oh, do we have chats? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've had several.
Oh, shit, guys. I'm sorry. CJ is oppositional defiant disorder. Yeah, this all of this that you're listening to is just Chille's personal bugaboos and, you know, whatever psychological scarring being filtered through his little idea of himself as a constitutional law scholar, you know, this fictional Chille de Castro, hero of the people character. He is, yeah, show us on the doll, Chille, where the man hurt you. Tubesock for $5. Mr. de Castro Esquire is a journalist, excuse me. God damn it. My computer screen is like at the perfect distance to where I can't see it. Like the glasses don't help either way.
It's that desert sunset.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, maybe the ramen my neighbor put on me last night in the hot tub. Still cross-eyed. Let's try this again. Mr. de Castro Esquire is a journalist that is being held captive in a dungeon for simply gathering content for a news story. He has no probiotics. Inhumane. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Yeah. He was talking about his probiotics the other day. And thanks for the membership and for becoming a member too. So I appreciate you. Oh, I hope you guys are having a good time. These Chille calls, certainly.
They're priceless.
They just bring so much weirdness into my life.
Except for by knowledge and reason. It's its only means to gain it. All thinking is a process of identification and integration. Reality, that which exists. The most depraved you can now utter is when you ask, whose reason? The answer is your reason. Your mind is your only judge of truth. Man's reason is his moral faculty. A process of constant change is the answer to the question. In the beginning, the question is this right or wrong? A rational moral process must take shape. Devotion to truth is the hallmark of morality. There is no greater, nobler, more heroic form of devotion than the act of a man who assumes the responsibility of thinking.
Yeah, this is like if YouTube has kind of turned the world into into one big public access TV show, then Chille is like a definitely a primo channel, man. Like his just it's mind blowing, really.
He's gone into reading quotes now, though.
We're no longer stewing. We're
yeah.
reading.
Who would I mean, if you told me a year ago I'd be listening to Chille read Ayn Rand over cheesy dramatic music from jail, I'd have said, actually that's kind of likely. I look forward to that in a year.
Directly from Atlas Shrugged. You who have signed up to be the enforcer, to be the cop, have lost morality because you've decided to turn off your mind and to stop thinking. All critical thought has left your vessel, and it's been replaced by your selfish, self-centered looting and robbing, the people who pay your paychecks and all your benefits. You have lost yourself, and you are the robber of humanity. You will say that you are just following orders. It's the system, a system of weak, impotent men who have sold their souls to the state because you are not a man of ability and knowledge. You are not a producer.
There is literally no funnier thing to me than him finding Atlas Shrugged. When he first mentioned that when he got arrested in those early phone calls where he was, describing every little thing that was happening to him, and he said Atlas Shrugged, I knew there was a future of laughter coming. I mean, oh my God, I'm so glad. This really brings joy to my heart.
You have no product. You are the tyranny. You are the parasite that works deep within the meat of the pig. And here is why you are what you are. This comes directly from the book. That's what you call your soul or your spirit is your consciousness. And that what you call free will is the mind to think or not to think. Thinking is man's only basic virtue from which all others are processed. The act of blanking out, the willful suspension of one's conscience, the refusal.
Chille advertises this as a book reading, an excerpt from his new book, and then he just ends up reading somebody else's book. That's hilarious.
To think, not blindness, the refusal to see, not ignorance, but the refusal to know. It is the act of unfocusing your mind and inducing an inner fog to escape the responsibility of judgment. On the unstated premise that a thing will not exist if only you refuse to identify it. Now, what does that mean? The cop on the street will say they're not supposed to be comfortable. You have abdicated all responsibility. You have turned off your mind, your humanity, and your morality. And not only torture another person, you have created and repeat catchphrases and mantras to absolve yourself of responsibility for your putrid behavior.
You mean like, we don't stop?
With every generation, there are new, bright young humans who can and do see the world in new ways. Yet you chose to turn off your mind and simply say, I'm only doing as I'm told. And you accept the ways of despotism and slave chains via quips and jargons. You, the young, the new, are supposed to be brave, but yet you accept the status quo.
You have 1 minute left.
The torturous abuse you do to nonviolent persons who you do not care about and will never be a threat makes you a thug. You youngsters do not put your courage up and think to challenge the evil system which you joined for your own personal gain.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, there is no funnier book for him to have found, except for maybe like a Malcolm X book or something like that. But
that was written a long time ago too.
Yeah,
wasn't it pretty much based on libertarian thought? And
yeah, absolutely. Ayn Rand is like libertarian Jesus. So yeah,
right.
I mean,
I think
whatever. I don't really. I don't really want to
it.
dive into that, but I mean, it. Trust me, it's fucking hilarious that it's Atlas Shrugged. Chille's book title. Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys if you guys.
Well, have a contest
for $5. Chille's book title, Mein Kampf. Oh man, that's pretty funny, dude. Yeah, if you guys have any good Chille book titles, I was gonna ask you guys if you had any. I mean, to fucking say he's gonna read a excerpt from his new book for you guys, and then he's just making it up off the top of his head, and then he starts reading some other motherfucker's book in the middle. Oh, Chille.
Fear the loss and the gain of what you never earned and are not entitled to receive because you created nothing. You produced nothing, you earned nothing, but the quiet and open hatred that you receive from a daunted public, you are the worst of all persons America can get, and a lot of us openly despise you. And I call...
And I don't know. I'll go out on a limb. I believe Ayn Rand probably would have found Chille to be highly entertaining as a person.
All what I see, exactly what I see. I call you dirty, I call you selfish, and I have called you a pig. Even though my words will change, that doesn't mean that my thoughts have changed. And now a little bit more from Atlas Shrugged, page 1018. I've said that, and there's a lot of reasons why. Constant change is the answer.
Shit, guys, I'm sorry. I started laughing. I pulled down the... Oh, my God. Hold on, Billy. Book title, Crime and Punishment and Whining. Yeah, exactly. Yes, there's a lot of Kafka going on here. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I got to figure out where the hell we were. I'm sorry.
Nonviolent persons, of course, will some still choose. Yes, they will. But we now know that with the majority of people who are in the presence of authority and being arrested, the majority of them, once on video and once a tracking device is attached to them,
shit, man. I'm so sorry. I lost where the fuck I was.
Now you know. I feel like I was you know.
I'm sorry, guys.
All the time you ribbed me.
Now you know what? I'm just gonna go from right here, and whatever happens, because it does any of this matter? Not really.
Thanks, Richard. Thank you.
Oh shit! Hey, Richard. Yeah, man. It was good having you there last night. By the way, buddy, I'm glad you were there for that. And thanks, man. Yeah. And what is this? Mo Army. I wonder what for $5. I wonder what Chille the Cricket would say about Chille now. Yeah. Chille the Cricket definitely try to tell Chille all about this shit ahead of time. Buddy, I told you, tried to warn you. He just does it to himself. He will not listen to anybody. I think it's pretty clear by now. Although he's listening to Ayn Rand. So that's great. That's great for us. Scheibe, is that German script cat? Scheibe?
My poop?
Mein poop. I thought it was like Scheiste or something like that. Mein Scheiste. Are you German, script cat? Or are we just all making the mind jokes now? But yeah, his poop, yeah. So much poop. Talk with Chille. So much butt talk, that is. Hey, Yvonne. Chille, why so down? Are you not an alpha? You did the crime, now do the time. Whining isn't what alphas do. Yeah, 100%, Yvonne. I'm in total agreement. An alpha male would be wading through this, right? It wouldn't be making calls every day. The other thing I'm waiting for in the middle of this call, I assume there will be a plea for money at some point. But boy, yeah. If he wrote any of this shit down ahead of time, then I'm a Chinese jet pilot. Angel Rayburn, thanks for the super sticker for $10. I appreciate that. I'm gonna pop over here, see where if I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, Richard, maybe at the end of this, depending on where we are, we can review some of that from last night. That was pretty crazy. If you didn't watch Roger the Troll stream from last night, you should definitely go back and watch it.
Yeah, I put a link and I pinned. SV came in at 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I believe you came in about 10 minutes after that. 5 minutes. I marked it. It's in there somewhere. If you
copy. All right, cool. Let's get back to this madness.
Wipe out reality. By refusing to say it is, you are refusing to say I am. By suspending your judgment, you are negating your person. When a man declares, who am I to know? He's declaring, who am I to live? Thinking in every hour and every issue is your basic moral choice. Man's only moral commitment is, thou shalt think. Ayn Rand. The reason why that the police can't get people to sign up is because
the music's just coming in the strangest places, man. It's kind of weird.
Old and the young cops can and do not think through what you are doing. That's why you can't get people to sign up. People are seeing your policies, procedures, and protocols, and they are withdrawing from your oppression. We, the overwhelming majority, refuse to surrender to a despotistic state. Yes, of course, will some still choose? Yes, they will. But we now know that with the majority of people who are in the presence of authority and being arrested, the majority of them, once on video and once a tracking device is attached to them, the overwhelming majority will easily surrender to authority. Yes, of course, some will still run away. Do they need to be chased? No. Can they get away in the digital era? No. So then why chase?
Yeah, this was another one of the bingo ones. See, this is again why it's kind of easy. Digital detainment, and then I like your title there, Guadalupe. The Bible, Chille's Testament. Yeah, that's about it. And then John says Chille's obsessed with Zimmerman. Zimmerman was going to be another one of. I figured between this column and next one, he'll bring her up until such time as she's no longer relevant to the proceedings.
Because you were taught that we are prisoners and that we are your slaves. Once we are deemed a prisoner, there is no length that they will go to capture us.
Sorry, I was saying slavery was another bingo one too. You guys hear what I said before about Zimmerman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't know when I muted. I'm a new man. I've been working down in sales. All right.
And hurt us and abuse us and torture us. And as long as they have a slave catcher policy scribbled down on a piece of paper, and as long as they wear their medals and their stripes, and they consider themselves justified, they will backslap each other as they deem their elements and their demented actions perfectly moral. Yet they are not moral. Even the man who lays his hands on a child or the babe does not justify the action of the cop's response. It is not as simple as two wrongs don't make a right. It's far deeper, oppressive, and evil. The man who lays his hands on a child or the babe will now encounter a series of twisted evil that will tarnish his soul and his humanity for the society he will re-enter. The abuser is not put down a garbage disposal. No. Instead of fixing him, he will be abused for a much longer and deeper level of the abuse that he has done. He will come out of the torture chamber with less morality and more pain and more reasons to abuse a society that not only sanctioned but paid for his abuse. And what about the men who came in with their
Wow. See, this is what I'm saying, man. And this is the problem with Chille. Like, I don't know how much of my time is legitimately. I mean, I find it. I'm not gonna lie. I find it fascinating because he's just so out there, man. I mean, just like if he was in front of you, you just be like, what the fuck are you even talking about? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, if Orson Welles was reading it, I wouldn't be laughing so hard, but because it's coming from Chille.
Well, I mean, even then, like the grammar, oh my God, he has his writing skills suck. Okay. As somebody who prides themselves on writing well.
Thanks, Zephyrus. Appreciate it.
I can tell you.
And Billy Yank both.
Trust me, Chille, I'm a English scholar, buddy. You suck. I mean, super chat. Mine Heine 7. Well, he's not gonna do 7 years, but yeah, and again, as I've said, if you go to jail, you gotta expect one or two jokes about butt stuff. Right. So thanks for the $4.99 there. Veda Veja Viga Mininen. Did I get that right? I sure hope so. That's awesome. I don't know what it means, but I love it. AKA, I feel like I'm a slave because someone held him to yeah, the whole thing, man. Just him invoking Mandela and saying that whole thing he went off on. Oh my God, about jails being built for black people, and it's just like getting every little bit of it wrong, and just like I said, it's just all his personal issues just filtered through him thinking he's knows anything about the law, and presenting himself as this cartoon character that we're all enjoying right now. Thanks, Zephyrus, for the $5. Billy Yank, Chille's Book of Martyrs, an autobiography. Yeah, that's not bad either, Billy. Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. This is like such a minor charge, such a minor jail sentence, and he's acting like it's, the greatest injustice in human history, and just trying to dramatize it on every level. Thanks for becoming a member there, Crazy, for the river. Nice.
Living in a van down by the river.
Yep. That's right. All right, let's see if we can get through this fucking madness.
Sirens and their light blazing. What about the men who beat and shackled the abuser from the start? The man who put on the torture cuffs just a little bit tighter because of the black eye that the abuser gave the child. What about him, that man? Surely he will improve as a person because what do we call them? They're heroes, right? Wrong. He is the bad man and he is the worst of them all. How and why? Explain it to me. I will explain it through the book again, Atlas Shrugged, page 1019.
They knew it. Are you muted?
God damn it. I'm so sorry. I had to fuck. Oh my God. He's actually reading from Atlas Shrugged.
Yep,
like it's
I knew it.
Like it's the fucking Bible. Oh my God. This is like the funniest thing ever. I think I missed these before too. Sorry guys. The Clark County Redemption by Chille de Castro from Parson. $2. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I wanted to try and find some way to tie the Shawshank into a video with Chille too, man. Because yeah, it's begging. He's begging for it. And Zephyrus, sorry, I missed this too, buddy. Evening, gentlemen. What's he bitching about this time? Well, I hope you're caught up by now, but this is a reading from supposedly from his book, which sounds just suspiciously like
He's quoting.
He's just pulling it out of his ass, those sections, and then interspersed with, I swear to you, Atlas Shrugged, which I mean, that is really, really funny stuff. Incarceration of the Heart, My Story in the Hole. Yeah. Hopefully he won't get thrown in the hole again. Right?
He claimed he went back to it last night. I don't think he is.
I don't know. The guy, as somebody rightly pointed out, there's no trusting anything he says. So who knows?
What's so sad is when we get done with this and cue me up and I've got something to share on screen and you'll see what why he's so motivated to do this.
Ooh, nice teaser, Ram.
Teaser.
To live, a man must hold three things as supreme, ruling values of his life, and they are reason, purpose, and self-esteem. Reason as his only tool of knowledge, purpose as his choice of happiness, which the tool must process to achieve, self-esteem as his inviolate certainty in his mind he is competent to think in his person is worthy of happiness, which means he's worthy of living. These values imply and require all of men's virtues, and all of his virtues to pertain to the relation of the existence and consciousness, rationality, independence, integrity, honesty, justice, productiveness, and pride. And this was written by Ayn Rand almost 100 years ago. Any ex-cop who's reading this just sat up in their bed.
How long ago?
Put their hands on their head and said, Eureka.
Try about 60 years ago.
Yeah, well, she was the 50s.
50s.
Right?
Yeah, I think the book was written I know it was written in the decade I was born, which was the 50s.
Yeah,
so,
it's not.
I think it was
not 100 years old.
No, I think it was the late 50s. I know that in high school it was, considered kind of a flop that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing, it's a real thick book, and
it's massive.
If you don't know any better, you might think somebody's an intellectual for quoting from it or reading it. But
keep in mind it is a novel too, so
yeah. But she had a heavy filter on her work. It was all about rugged individualism, but really, it's kind of she ended up being sort of outed as a hypocrite because she ended up on government assistance. She was really hardcore about social help and things like that, so yeah, but once you get older you realize it's just kind of all not really that it's not really a workable scenarios, you know what I mean? I guess if you read it just strictly as a work of fiction,
and she has some science fiction tendencies,
and you don't read anything else into it. I mean, it's not that interesting.
Thank you, Surrender Monkey. That's very nice.
I know I read it at some point, and honestly, nothing about it really jumps out in my memory. It's just kind of, I would file it under pseudo intellectual exercises, personally. But hey, if you enjoy it, whatever, man. Prolapse, Caster Jail, sorry. Well, again, as I said, you gotta expect some jokes about your backside if you go to jail. Thanks for the $2. And Vita Vita Vegaminin. I feel bad that I can't say that better. Vita Vita Vegaminin. Is that right? That better? That work for you? The radio DJ? I feel bad for any cellmate that gets housed with this wingnut. Name is a reference to of course, right. The that's what it's called, right? But not spelled quite like that. That's the conveyor belt. Was that the conveyor belt thing, or was that the chocolate factory? Am I confusing them? Sorry, I'm a little bit familiar with I Love Lucy, but by no means an expert, but thanks for the $4.99. Thanks for the, yeah, it's true. Chille's, I wonder how sick people really are getting of him in there, any long-term people, you know what I mean? Again, unfortunately, questions we aren't really going to know the answer to. Maybe we will. Who knows? We'll see. Shouldn't say that. Scraps to Selby Bowen for $5. The man who put on the torture cuffs a little bit tighter. Yeah, that's a little on the more salacious side. I like it. Yeah, I was thinking about putting together some fake covers for potential books for Chille, but again, this is just, he's not writing any fucking book. This is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
as usual, just fucking mean and fucking over dramatic goober. Hey, Surrender Monkey, welcome to the club, buddy. And thanks for the bringing 10 people with you, man. Mucho apreciado. And Billy Yank for $2. Common Decency Shrugged by Jose de Castro. Another good title. Sure. He lacks a few things in the common department. But yeah, that's why I knew Atlas Shrugged would appeal to Chille. It's all about, like, you know, what if you're the most important person in the universe kind of philosophy. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm unhappy. After 30 years of service, that's why I'm miserable. That's why you're miserable, exactly. Abusing the abuser did not build your character, create or feed your virtue. There's no productiveness in abusing another person, no matter what they have done, no matter how black.
By the way, just bear in mind, I mean, I'm sure I don't have to point it out to you fine people, but everything he's saying here, this is just all, he's not making any real points about cops or why people become cops or problems with cops. He's just calling them all, he's just calling them all pigs and making these wild assumptions about why people become police and you know, what is really happening in reality. Yeah, this is it's pure verbal diarrhea. It's awesome.
That kid's eye is, there is no integrity in torturing the abuser. Justice will not and is not done by hurting the abuser of the boy. You, the man, who may feel some temporary satisfaction by doing it to the abuser, later in life, you'll be a bag of bones and a bag of scars. The kid got no justice.
And in this part right here, I feel like what he just said, there is a huge clue into Chille. That's what I've said. I literally, and it's the conundrum. This guy's kind of, I mean, I am, you know, because I am making content about him, just trying to keep up with the story and everything. And my curious nature, you know, I like to investigate things. I like to know why things are. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know if there is any real, like, if the answer is worth the effort going down some of these rabbit holes with Chille. But I really feel like what he just said there is a huge, and again, that's why I said I need a transcript of this shit and just look at it, read it, and see if there is any sense to be found in it. You know what I mean?
SV's in the house.
Oh, what's up, Stone Vet? You made quite a first impression, buddy. That was awesome, dude. That was
Josh meet Josh.
Yeah, exactly. Coming in hot, as Stone Vet says. Yeah. But I'm gonna play this back because hey, Stone Vet, you know, your parents were shrinks. Maybe you might be able to weigh in on. There's something in this, I'm telling you.
Personality, independence, integrity, honesty, justice, productiveness, and pride. And this was written by Ayn Rand almost 100 years ago. Any ex-cop who's
almost
just sat up
pretty close,
hands on their head, said Eureka. That's
Close
why
enough
I'm
for social programs.
After 30 years of service, that's why I'm miserable. That's why you're miserable, exactly. Abusing the abuser did not build your character, create or feed your virtue. There's no productiveness in abusing another person, no matter.
You know what else this kind of and that part he's I was interested in is coming up right after this. When he was saying that stuff right there, it gave me a flash of those guys that do those kind of self-help seminars. You know what I mean? The guys who walk around the stage with like the stupid mic, in their ear thing, and like motivational people and guys like that, where a lot of it's just a bunch of fucking salad talk. There's nothing to it in actuality. It's just, sorry, that's just a
he was connected to one of those guys years ago out there in California.
Yeah, right? I could see that because it was just a mental image that I had when he was saying all that shit just now.
No matter what they have done, no matter how black that kid's eye is, there is no integrity in torturing the abuser. Justice will not and is not done by hurting the abuser of the boy. You, the man, who may feel some temporary satisfaction by doing it to the abuser, later in life, you'll be a bag of bones and a bag of scars. The kid.
Yeah, trust me. There is something heavy at play right there, man. I'm gonna have to write that shit down and really analyze that, because that might be a major key to Chille right there.
Got no justice. What does the kid want as far as justice? Fix the abuser. Not for you or for me, for the observer, for the kid. More likely than not, the kid loves the abuser. Justice would be not abusing the abuser, but the opposite, treating the abuser with empathy and inclusion. The exact opposite to what it's done. Fixing the kid's broken spirit. Regardless of whether or not the family can be glued back together, if the kid wants the glass glued back together, the cop doing what he does not make the cop virtual.
Yeah, this is continuing.
He's reflecting.
This is all. Yeah, this is all because this all comes from somewhere,
absolutely.
Hey, thanks for all the love tonight there, Vita Vita. Where in the world is Chille's Bughole? Children's book. Yeah. We don't. Yeah. Actually, I could see one of those. I don't know if you guys have seen any of those parody covers of children's books that people do. A lot of times it's like the let's practice witchcraft and shit like that, but there's some pretty fucked up ones. And also, man, maybe I'll play us out with one tonight, but there is, we opened up Ram Stream yesterday with that song, I Love My Open Plan Toilet. And all those come from AI. Like these people have been doing these AI songs. They feed the lyrics into it, but then tell the AI to create from those lyrics a song that sounds like a 1940s song, right? It's pretty amazing. We should definitely play one before we leave because it's fascinating. And we all know how much I love AI, right? AI Chille. Yeah, no, I mean, what these people do with AI is it's pretty creative. Like, there's something to be said for I mean, AI is just a tool. It's what you do with it, you know what I mean? That's ominous and scary. Thanks for the $4.99 and Enslaved by Truth. Chille DeCastro stars in the Cloggy Bottom Boys. Probiotic Prohibition. Yep. Yeah. He just inserts the oddest details into these calls, man. Like talking about and also many lies. Let's not forget all the lies.
Or whole. What the cop does brings him 1,000 miles from virtue. The cop goes back out onto the street with nobody looking over his shoulder, with an anger and hatred for all of us in the world except for those who wear a badge, and will then repeat another mantra that we've heard so much more. Unless you've done the job, you just don't understand. Okay, Mr. Copper. Okay, whatever you think to turn off your mind and follow orders and hurt people, you're not building your own virtue. You did nothing to change the slave-catching system because you didn't want to ruin the loot that you grifted, unearned, and undeserving. You have no virtue because you traded them for favors that you didn't earn.
Yeah, this again, all this comes from somewhere, man. And yeah, he's pulling this from. This is huge projection here, and mixed with I don't know what. That's why I say you got to kind of, you can't even absorb everything that's going on with this guy all at once.
Chille is tunnel.
Untangling Chille is tiresome sometimes.
Never questioned of the things that you have done and what that could be done differently, because you're only worried about yourself, your loot, your profit, and what you could get as long as you just followed orders without question. Without question means without thinking. A man who does not question does not think, and therefore has not purpose. A man without purpose is the most dangerous man in the world. If that man wants to know what he should think, he'll have to ask his boss. And that's what the cops are. That is why I called them PIGs for so long. I'll not say it anymore.
Yeah, a lot of this is Chille just doesn't like people telling him what to do. You know, that's a huge component of this. You can hear him talk in this section. That's pretty evident, that proclivity. Scraps the Selby -Bowen for $2. The Foo Head by Chille D. Objectivism. Yeah. And then maybe he'll get lucky and find a copy of the Fountainhead, and his lips will be busy for the rest of the year. Thanks. Appreciate that. Let's see, 65 CJ5. What's up, buddy? The hypocrisy of this clown. How he has multiple restraining protection orders. He's an expert abuser. Yeah. Again, and he keeps repeating that too, that he doesn't have any criminal record, and it's like eventually somebody is going to take note of that, you know, on the record somewhere, that, you know, that is an untruth
somewhere outside a little corner of YouTube.
Yeah, somebody with some juice is gonna, you know.
Yeah, let him run for office.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'll please, God, let him run for office.
Please.
I mean, believe me, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I had money to burn. I'd write him a check. If I had just money where I didn't care, I'd write him a check for his fucking campaign. Just to watch it unfold. Absolutely. Oh shit, man. We got a few more. Yeah, thanks. 65. And Billy Yank. Justice is done when criminals are incarcerated. Cops exist to keep people safe. If you want a place with no cops, I suggest you move to Somalia. Yeah, or anywhere else. I mean, we were kind of touching on that earlier. Like, the fact that fucking Chille is able to run around and do dumbass shit like this, and get away with it for as long as he can, and basically just, you know, exist by bilking people for money, while absolutely having one of the worst skill sets I've ever come across, you know what I mean? And also just kind of a bad temperament as a person. That should tell you how much fucking freedom we actually do have in this country. There's a lot of places just don't tolerate horse shit like that. I appreciate that. $5. Good night, Roy. Pop-up book by Chille. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, Parson. Appreciate it for $2. Yeah, Roy's probably long gone, by the way. Just sorry to burst anybody's bubble, but I feel like he probably didn't have a very long stay there. Otherwise, Chille might. Well, I don't know. That's another question I don't know the answer to. Is Chille, who is Chille cozying up to in there? Is he really? I mean, I feel like he really wants to have like deep conversations with the other prisoners and shit like that, because that's what he does. He's able. He just tries to win people over with his bullshit, and you know, the fact that he's not like able to do that, you know, is interesting.
Everybody poops, but I don't want to hear it. Yeah.
Title: Everybody poops, but I don't want to hear it. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Roy.
It's just like, man, have you ever been camping or anything like that, Chille? I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, speaking of which, since you're moving out to the desert, careful what you reach for at night to wipe with.
Oh yeah, I've been warned.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. God, this is like never ending, isn't it?
More publicly, you'd have to read and become educated to the virtues of living to understand. Quote me out of context and I'll understand why. The big money interests of the system are on the line. They're in peril. Their livelihood depends on validating the need for torture cuffs and never ever ending torture cuffs. Even considering shackle people with their arms behind their back and chains. The torture cuff companies are multi-billion-dollar companies. Enterprises.
Yeah, this is him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely projecting. He's off of the quotations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. What is it with the torture cuffs thing? Did that just start with the? I mean, that's kind of one of the questions I almost really don't even want to look at too hard. You know what I mean? It's like, do I really want to know the fucking answer to this?
I already told you. 1865.
Who said? Well, that's what was said by the Supreme Court in 19.
No. He. By the way, I'm gonna reach out to this guy. I found this guy who's like the preeminent expert on handcuffs in America. He's like from Carlsbad or something like that. There's been a couple news reports and articles written about him, but I really want to put together a little short video of Chille talking about the history of handcuffs and see what this guy might have to say about it. Because just from reading on my own and comparing it to what Chille said, no, it's definitely not right. But this guy is like the handcuff guy, so I'd be really, really interested to hear what he has to say.
1967, with Earl Warren and Hugo Boss, both being white supremacists. And that's the system we live in now, that officer safety is more important than our rights, our freedom, our dignity, our standard of living. Could we change the core torture cuffs? Absolutely. Could we go to a facial recognition system and an air tag that tracks people? Absolutely. But that would mean changing the
Could we though? Vita Vita. Man, I gotta prepare myself to say your name. You know what I mean? Vita Vita. And I still fucked it up. Vita Vita, for $4.99. Thanks for all these super chats, by the way. Appreciate it. I think I skipped over this one for some reason. Sorry about that. As someone who's been abused as a child, you can't fix my broken childhood. I wish my abusers could have been jail. Mini rant over. Yeah, for sure. I mean, at a certain point, yeah, you can't. People will kind of at a certain point. People have to fix themselves. Is kind of what I'm, if I'm not mistaken, part of what you're saying. I mean, having been through like PTSD type of stuff, I know how long it can take to heal from some things, and you can't even really heal from all of it, but at some point you just kind of have to, it's got to be you know what I mean? It's got to come from you. But all that stuff that you do to try and heal, talking to people, therapy, whatever, that is part of that process. Certainly seeing justice for the abusers, as you're saying, will go a long way for that. So I'm sorry that that didn't happen in your case, but you can't go around blaming everybody else for your shit the rest of your life. Like, Chille's old enough at this point. I'm just, if I were his friend and I saw this happening to him, I would tell him, dude, this is not working. You need to, maybe you should think about. But I mean, I don't know the guy, obviously. Obviously, his friends and family haven't been able to get through to him either. So, he's gonna have to kind of run into his own brick wall at some point, or just keep going until he screws up so royally that he ends up in jail for a long time or something like that. But it's not like he's going to get better at this stuff. If I think we can all agree. I would say about 75% of the answers I get, is Chille ever going to change? Is he ever going to learn? Nah. I mean, unless something really seismic happens to him. You know what I mean? Where there's either no option or he gets ordered to have treatment of some kind, something like that. Because he's terrible at what he's doing. I mean, he's just terrible at it. He's not going to get any better. Anyway, my mini rant is over now. So thank you for listening. And Scott Powell for $5. Each dawn I die, the Chille de Castro. So yeah, I like that. That's super dramatic. That fits in with Chille. I think we can make these work. Maybe I will have to do some fake book covers. All right, well.
$1 billion torture system. There is no other way, they'll tell you. People have to be.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, is it really $1 billion industry? Maybe I'll have to look at that.
Shackled like a slave from 1860. They're doing it around the world, don't you know? We can never change it. It's for officer safety. When Ann Zimmerman lashed out for me from behind the bench, she said, "You called the bailiff a pig," and then she put me in jail for 6 months. But I thought I was allowed to say whatever I wanted.
There we go. Another bingo question. Zimmerman knew he was going to bring her up.
America had a First Amendment right to speech. I'll not say it anymore. I'll change the way I speak, only to become more electable. That doesn't mean that I've changed my thoughts. And that's just what I wrote.
So there it is right there. I'm just doing this all for show.
All for show.
I don't, yeah.
So far. There's a little more, but I get into some other things here.
And there's our that's pretty mild for Chille. That's a pretty mild merch plug. He got so excited he forgot to bring up the torture. The trifolds and shit. He was too busy reading from Atlas Shrugged. Holy fuck. Billy Yank for $5. Breaking news: Chille has discovered the concept of ankle monitors. More at 11, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's just a fucking idiot. All because he got arrested for being a fucking moron. Scraps to Selby Bowen for $2. Nobody poops. No. All right. Go sit in a corner. All right. Nice.
Don't pee in the pooper.
Don't pee in the pooper. That's the most important thing. And the divider again for $4.99. Got you that time. I've been watching him for 2+ years, and he is slowly devolving. Yeah. He's not even close to hitting rock bottom. Yeah, he has been getting kind of goofier and goofier. He probably needs his probiotics. That's what it is. No, I mentioned that he's been slowly going kind of nuttier and nuttier in the last, definitely in the last few months, I mean, we'll see. I wish the guy, I honestly, it's not like I wish Chille ill will. I've said that before. It's I just want the guy to get some help. And I personally, I think he should stop doing this shit because he really sucks at it. He has no idea what he's talking about. He just does not. And the fact that he's still talking about trying to get elected, I mean,
Yeah, today.
Are you kidding me? What were you saying, Ram? Sorry.
No, I was just going to say back up just a second. In the comments, so many of his supporters keep talking about how we hate him. And
I don't hate him.
Yeah, you never hear that out of any of us.
Yeah. I don't hate Chille. I sincerely hope the guy gets some help, man.
Yep.
I just say that. Objective observation. We tell you he does not know what he's talking about.
Totally clueless.
If he's a constitutional law scholar, Why
I'm a
didn't he have
brain
the
surgeon.
authority to walk away from this conviction? Why
That's
is he in
right.
jail right now?
And if the trifold is so successful,
Well, it's successful
Why?
from a sales point of view,
why?
but it's public information. Why is, if that's your defense of why it's not a, I mean, why is he charging people money for it if he wants to argue from that side, that he's not, that this isn't actually like him practicing law without a license, why does he charge people for it? Why does he advise people of their Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights? I mean, I think it's that's one of the shadiest things about him is the constitutional law scholar appellation that he gave himself. And he admitted he got it from somebody on a podcast, called him that, and he just picked it up. But I mean, trust me, as a smart person, Chille is not a very smart person. I mean, I've made many videos about Terry gifted 5 Dick Bag Patrol memberships. Thank you very much. Do you guys, how are you feeling out there, by the way? Thanks for all you guys for hanging in here. I feel like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like there's just a time just kind of becomes a vortex when I'm dealing with these Chille phone calls. They're so fucking surreal. JK for $9.99. I don't want to see him in jail either, but he needs help. Exactly. He's capitalizing off all this and trying to take money from people isn't helping. I wish he would just take the time to learn to change. Exactly. But yeah, like I said, it's going to have to be something major that happens to him before he realizes, because he just simply does not realize how it all looks, from the outside, from not his perspective. But that's unfortunately, the only perspective that matters to Chille. For $2, Scraps to Selby Bowen. I wish him ill well. Okay, fair enough. He wishes ill will to others. And that's, I hate to say it, but that's fair enough, because he does. I mean, how do you Chille supporters excuse him saying that he wishes bone cancer on children? And that's just like the most egregious, nasty thing. We could go dig up all sorts of horrid shit that Chille has said over the years. So anybody pretending as if he is a polite young man, with compassion towards others, I will be happy to tell you just how wrong you are about that at length. But I think just for now, we can just take that as read. And yeah, what is it about this guy that makes you people want to support him? I mean, he's not any kind of scholar whatsoever. And you can try and sue me for that, Chille. I will happily go to court and defend my position on that. It would be a lot of fun. Vita Vita, God damn it. I'm like, my batting average for your name is so bad. Vita Vita Vega, God damn it. Vita Vita Vega Minin. Fuck. I think you have to do it with a radio DJ voice. Vita Vita Vega Minin. I apologize. $4.99. I laugh at him. I've seen toasters with more mental spark. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not even saying Chille's not that bright, as you know what I mean. That's just how I see it. I'm not. I see this guy doing all this shit to himself. So it's kind of hard to feel sorry for him. I mean, but that's all he does is try and make you feel sorry for him, really. Or it's never ever his fault. I don't know if that covered your comment, but it's gonna have to do, because my brain is turning into syrup, kids. I think Chille may have melted my brain live on the air. Here we go. Cincinnati, Ohio, you're on live. I'm just kidding. That would be kind of fun to take live calls, though. You still alive, Ram? You still alive, everybody out there? Ram is down for the count, everybody. Glober Mom, good to see you. Oh, hi, Broken System, Broken Trust. Good to see you too, buddy. You always light up a room when you come in. Yeah, Chille wants to hold the government accountable. Okay, how does any of this, arrest for minor arrest for? Does he really think he's going to take this to the Supreme Court somehow? I mean, I think, my brain is non-existent. Oh, okay. Well, good. Nice. That's about the level of comeback I would expect from a Chille follower. So anything else, or is that it? Just lame ones? All right. Well, then we'll move on since Ram is nowhere to be found. You guys feel like another call? This is from today, so I don't know how many of you heard it. Maybe let's. I wonder if
look at this.
I can't speed it up. Look at what?
Well, I'll put it up there.
Put it up there. Put it up there.
Little break in the monotony.
Hey, Kelly, what's up, buddy? Our buddy Kelly W. He does good work. All right, let's see. Activist
there's his motivation right there. 20,375. That's only on one of them. That's just one GoFundMe. That's the lawyer.
Oh yeah.
This is the second one.
He thinks he's too good. He thinks he's too good to work for anybody else. He also just has as we saw in that first phone call, massive problem with authority. And he keeps mentioning that over and over. You have to do what they tell you in jail. It's like, again, that's pretty well understood, Chille, but for him, that's like the worst thing ever because, you're not my daddy, right? Yeah. All right, guys, let's.
Team DLC today is April 17th, 2024. I've now been in the dungeon for 1 month. My name is Chille DeCastro. I'm a journalist who's been wrongfully imprisoned in the Clark County Detention Center by what no one could see other than a biased judge, Ann Zimmerman, and a cop who lied on the stand. The video.
Right, but what are you doing with it? BSBT, are you doing anything of note, to solve your perceived problems with authority, or are you just, doing petty shit like Chille here, like yelling at people in situations that are ultimately like of no consequence? Or are you trying to like analyze the problem with authority in society and thinking of ways it could be fixed through legislation? Nah. You just want to make videos for your fucking stupid YouTube channels.
The evidence is 100% clear. I am an innocent man who's living inside of a dungeon. Now, I'm coming up on a month here, and I tell you, this has been trying. This has been emotionally and spiritually trying. I'm in a place where they don't have any sort of mental health help here in Nevada, and so I'm surrounded by several crazy people who
we'll get back to that.
Who are completely and utterly schizophrenic, talking to people who are not there at all whatsoever, and others who don't seem crazy when you first talk to them, and then just a moment or two later they will tell you how they helped solve the Jeffrey Epstein case and how they're actually helping to make sure that kids don't get trafficked to Epstein. island anymore. That's what I heard
Or they're telling you they're a constitutional law scholar.
the other day. So, you know, I am not suicidal in any way, shape, or form. I love life. I have talked to my attorney, and my attorney has told me about the July 10th. That's actually May 9th that the attorney's filing the brief. He's the appeal brief. He has told me about the brief, given me intimate details about the brief. I don't think that any person who is for justice, freedom, and liberty, I don't think any person who really truly cares about truth will be able to read the brief that Chris Oram is going to submit on May 9th and then be heard July 10th. I don't think anybody can read it and then say, I'm going to leave that man in jail. I just don't see how that's possible. But yet again,
I'll take that bet. Anybody else? Lake Life 199. I'm sorry, but Chilean jail makes me smile. Hey, that is your purview. I mean, I won't deny. Yeah, it amuses me to no end. But again, and it's not, look, man, I've been watching this guy for quite some time, and I got a pretty good idea of what he's about. And so if you want to smile about it, I am not going to blame anybody for that. Believe me. Billy Yank again. Shit, man. Appreciate it. For $2. Poops and prejudice. Thoughts from my cell toilet. Yeah. So much butt stuff in these prison calls. I'm in my brain. I'm trying to like note these themes that go on in these calls so I could kind of divide them up later and sort of do stuff with them. But yeah, there's definitely plenty of butt stuff and poop stuff. And Draco, what's up, buddy? $2. Howdy ho, DBP and Ram. Hope you're well. I am well, man. I feel a lot better than I did at 6 o'clock, and that's because of all this. So I appreciate you all being there. I needed something like this. This is fun. So thank you all for being here. Where's Ram? Oh, shit, man. What happened?
Booted me about 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago?
Well, it's been a while. I went to the bathroom, went and got some tea, went out and got the mail.
Oh, shit, man. You do your ironing? I am sorry about that.
Did my ironing?
20 minutes.
Did my ironing.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, let's get back into this.
again, though, I didn't think that there would be any way that I could be put in jail. When my supposed crime was on video, I did step back. There is no 21-foot rule, and I was not given due notice. So I didn't think that it was possible. I really didn't. But we are living in a tyrannical system. This is not a rule of law system. This is a tyrannical system that is based on officer safety, the first tenet of Terry versus Ohio from 1968. That's why I rally against it so much. So I'm okay. I have finished the book, Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, you finished it. Surprising.
I've read numerous books in my life, and now Atlas Shrugged is by far my favorite book of all time.
I fucking knew it, dude. I knew he was gonna just eat that fucking shit up. That is hilarious. Oh my god. This could not have gone any better if I planned it.
I never read anything quite like it before. If you really want to challenge yourself, it's 1,170 pages. I highly recommend you read the book. Of course, I read it in just a couple weeks because I'm stuck inside of a dungeon where they literally keep you in your bed all day. I'm getting soft. Like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I look down at my little belly and I got a little soft little tummy because, as you know, there's not a gym here. There's an outside place where you can go do some push-ups and do some pull-ups. But
In one of his earlier calls, he was saying how he was doing push-ups and sit-ups and all sorts of shit at first. Huh. Gee. Chille giving conflicting stories? Shocking.
Certainly not.
How much do you want to shower? How much time do you want to spend in the same clothes that you'll wear for at least a week? How many underpants do you want to wash out with soap? Not any soap, a piece of bar soap. When you use the bar soap, as soon as you rinse it, it dissipates immediately. So this is the epitome of what must be changed. This is the epitome of a dungeon system. It is.
Yeah. Did he just say powdered soap was the epitome of why the dungeon system needs to be changed? I'm just double checking. Is that what I just fucking heard? Anybody in the chat tell me? Am I losing my mind? Wow.
So preposterous. It is so ridiculous. The way we are treated is as though we are children.
Oh, bar soap? I'm sorry. I gotta listen to that again because what?
Not any soap, a piece of bar soap.
Yeah.
Use pull-ups, but how much do you want to shower? How much time do you want to spend in the same clothes that you'll wear for at least a week? How many underpants do you want to wash out with soap? Not any soap, a piece of bar soap. When you use the bar soap, as soon as you rinse it, it dissipates immediately. So this is the epitome.
Oh, okay. Wow. So he's talking about washing his underwear with bar soap and it dissipates immediately. How much do you want to wash your underwear? Well, probably whenever they need it, Chille. And you don't have anything but time. Isn't there something in the rule book that they have to like shower every day or something like that, Ram?
It is in the book.
Yeah, we read. I mean, he's acting like fuck, man. You got nothing but time to wash your underwear, motherfucker.
Of what must be changed. This is the epitome of a dungeon system. It is so preposterous. It is so ridiculous. The way we are treated is as though we are children. It is not an educational system created to make you better. It is an absolute, total, ridiculous nightmare. And then every single day, every single shift, a new guard comes on every 12 hours. And some of those guys, not so bad. You know, they just are going through the motions of what they're told to do. Some of them are pretty special. They're pretty special. They take themselves entirely too seriously, and they treat us as though we are second graders. Quiet, no talking. Quiet, don't talk. This is one of my 9 pet peeves. It's just
wow. He still just doesn't get where he is, right? You know what I mean? Like he knows he's in jail, but he's just not getting it. This is great. This is great.
It is just the most ridiculous system. It doesn't help anybody or make anybody a better person. It is preposterous. But, you know, it's a
well, it doesn't make you a better person, clearly, Chille.
month now. I'm in here for a month now. Looking forward to July 10th. I'm okay. You know, I'm all right. You know, make sure you keep it going. OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's what we have to get done. And when I get out of here, you guys are going to see a man on a mission like you have never seen before. Because now I have very specific targets that are local that I can take on in a multitude of ways, and I'll need your help. I'll need your help. I'm only the tip of the spear. You are the weight of the spear. Don't be down for me. Don't.
What? Wow. Huh. Local targets, huh, Chille?
Don't cry for me. Keep your chin up. Be strong. We get through this together. We don't stop. I'm not giving up by any means. And you know what? Now that I've got a full perspective of the trial, the sham tyrannical Diane Zimmerman, look, you know, you have to show decorum in court, but she didn't show decorum. She started.
My God. Wow. Dude, the guy just doesn't get it. in the slightest. That's incredible. I mean, I knew he would make passing reference to her. You know what I mean? Kind of passive aggressive shit. But that's pretty fucking stupid, Chille. Pretty impressive, buddy.
By searching me, which is completely out of bounds. She was so far out of line, the things she did, and that searching of me triggered me. Then I called the bailiff a pig, and that was the entire temperament of that sham trial where the cops lied on the.
Oh fuck, man, he's going for it.
Yeah, he is.
He just says the cop lied on the stand again. That's wow.
We don't stop. I'm not going to stop. And listen, all I can do is Zimmer.
So it is. I have to. His realization, not his realization in the sense of, hey, I actually should be nicer to people. His realization, hey, I have to pretend to be nice to people. That lasted all of half a phone call. Incredible. Really incredible. Lake Life for $5. It's hilarious listening to these. Chille legit thinks he's like a messiah or something. He's just a turd burglar inmate. Yeah, no shit, man. I don't know if anybody's seen the little short I made about the DMT. That's literally, he does think he's on a mission from God, like in the Blues Brothers. Like, yeah, he took DMT and then he saw God, and now he's on this whole mission from God, which
I was an atheist. I did DMT and now I have a vision.
Yeah. Which is terrifying, to be honest, if I'm being honest, from my perspective. But that explains a lot, right? Unfortunately.
This sounds like one of the first phone calls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
reverted back.
He has no control over himself.
So much for reading that book, huh?
Yeah. Billy Yank, $2, Debt of Dishonor, the Chille de Castro story. Another fine title. I'm gonna have to go through these and write them down. Probably should have been doing that from the start.
Is put a media campaign on her to let people know that she's unjust and unfair and she's not fit for the bench. You don't put someone in jail who has no criminal record on her.
Wow.
She is honestly, you know, I'm going to withhold too much commentary because according to a couple of my sources, they can listen to my recorded phone calls. The judge can listen to my recorded phone calls.
Wait a minute. Okay, so wow, a lot just happened there.
Yeah.
First of all, what is wrong with you, man? That is his impulse control problem right there.
Exactly.
That was a damning and stupid fucking thing to say.
And listen, all I can do with Zimmerman is put a media campaign on her to let people know that she's unjust and unfair and she's not fit for the bench. You don't put someone in jail who has.
So he's just said he's going to start a campaign against the judge. Said she's not fit for the bench.
No criminal record on her first-time offense.
No criminal record of first-time offense. That is a lie.
She is honestly, you know, I'm going to withhold too much commentary because
it's a little late.
Yeah. That was an incredible face plant.
Yeah.
That
Debunk. Easy. We've already been through all this. We've already done an entire live stream debunking all of that.
This guy's, man, he needs to send his
It's a merry-go-round, brother. It's a merry-go-round. He just
yeah.
One full turn.
Fucking somebody tightened the bolts in his fucking neck already.
My sources, they can listen to my recorded phone calls. The judge can listen to my recorded phone calls. She can listen to them in case I might be.
Oh, and that's the other thing. You didn't know that? You didn't like just assume that? Constitutional law scholar, everybody.
Threatening her. Aw, are you kidding me?
Oh.
And where in my history, in the entire history of my life, Has there been a 911 call saying, "Oh my God, this guy's threatening me"? It's never happened.
All right, I'll get busy.
Made a whole video about it, buddy. Yeah, go grab those screenshots.
Yeah, we did a whole. Well, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
I've got them pinned on mine.
I literally put them in the video I'm working on right now too. I was just looking at.
Oh, I mean, basically, several TROs and
yeah.
I mean, just on and on and on. From
I mean, everybody in here. I'm assuming, if you don't know what we're talking about, I did a video about it 2 videos ago. I think it's called "What a Surprise." Delete laws. Fake restraining orders are real, and they are, and they detail how his ex-girlfriend details how he kicked her door down, kicked her, or hit her, spit on her, choked her, slammed her boyfriend up in the wall, multiple times, threatened to kill him and her and her boyfriend, who's now her husband, threatened to put a Colombian hitman after them to break their legs and or kill them. I was just looking at it. This guy. See, this is why it's impossible to feel any sort of like empathy for him being in jail. Chille followers. This is why. He's not a nice guy. Hate to tell you. Scott Johnson for $2. My Life in a Jail Glory Hole by Jose de Castro. Yeah.
Just a master grifter.
Yep. Yeah. That could be a fun, like, old pulp novel cover there. Jail Glory Hole. Yeah, maybe I'll fuck around with AI and see if I can't see what they can kind of do. Generating the vintage covers. I know there's some really cool shit out there. Diamond Draco. Atlas grabbed his ankles. Never stopping. Yeah.
I can't believe he's going back down this rabbit hole.
That's the
after that those 2 phone calls, the last 4 phone calls. I'm changing my ways.
Yeah, no.
I'm changing my language, my temperament. I'm changing everything.
Well,
I'm coming after you, Zimmerman.
And this is why I don't give Chille any of the benefit of the doubt anymore. And that's why if you ask anybody it's like, hey man, you think we just automatically, want people to fail and shit, or no, there's reasons why we feel the way we feel about Chille. And it's not just, I just don't like his haircut, you know what I mean? Or I just don't like what he's saying. I don't like what he says about the Constitution, or I don't like, I just hate the Constitution. People comment that sort of stupid shit all the time. You just hate the Constitution. It's like, no,
the thing is I came into this. My first video was on Chille, and we're still talking about the piece of crap. I mean, he has managed to survive, and when you go look at the money that he raises and listen to the people that follow him, he's succeeding in his mind. Now let him run for office. So I can't wait for that. I just can't wait.
Please. Yeah, that will be amazing. Brandon Bork's career.
The death of De Castro filing for office.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be incredible if we see that. It'll make all this worthwhile. Well, not really, but
there's certainly be some comfort.
Yeah, exactly. 50 Shades of Jose. My anus is empty. You JB PT TP. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things. Even on the call the other day, now he's totally reversing himself. He's saying, he's back on the rampage here. But he was saying, I gotta be nicer. But we're still gonna keep JBTP. That's staying. That's what he said the other day. It's like we can't lose the JBT. TP.
Yeah, Liz says he's really a 10-second Tom. You're right. He just nothing stays, nothing sticks.
Yeah.
It's like he blinked and forgot everything from the previous phone calls.
Yeah, except for apparently whatever he went through when he was younger. That seems to have left a few scars. That's still there. Surrender monkey for 10 pounds. Is that pound or what? I'm sorry, I'm a stupid American. Lira? Can't. Euro? 10 something or others. Appreciate it. Chille's truth. He's sucking on cracks and pipes. He can't even get prison drugs right. Yeah, or at least, he should make his own Pruno. Could sell it. Yeah, it's funny. I guess we have to. He doesn't seem like he's trying to turn anybody on the inside to his side. I'm guessing there's just no opportunities for him. You know what I mean? Because of the way it's socialized. So he's lost no matter what. Like he is like the biggest cherry in there, I guarantee you. So, I mean, we're watching his coping skills right now. So appreciate it, Surrender Monkey. I feel like that might have made sense or it might not have made sense. So, either way, too bad, I guess, because we're moving on.
Where is the hospital report of somebody I've heard? It's never happened. Show me a criminal record where I've done something criminal. It doesn't exist.
Okay. You got it, Ram?
Yeah, if you want me to, I'd be more than happy to.
Sure. Just for the record, since Chille,
I didn't bother just because we've documented it so many times.
But, well, I know, but just in this context with him saying, "No, I got it right here, buddy." Right. So there we go. The publicdocuments.com. Let me get over here. This is a website that is dedicated to nothing but Chille's misadventures with the law. Let's put it that way. You can see all the current Nevada stuff and his blue bacon stuff. This right here, due to popular demand, since he keeps saying he's never hurt anyone, he's never assaulted anyone, whatever. We did a big old reveal of this on the show right here. The Blytheway versus Vita Castro protection order stuff. Yeah, it was just a bad breakup, you know. If you haven't read that or if you haven't watched the video I did about it, watch it. It's pretty nauseating. And then for him to sit here, again, Chille followers, what do you expect me to do? Ignore this information when Chille says shit like this? I mean, it's right here. And it goes back a long way.
1990.
And, oh, looky here. Let's see. Where's his, isn't it 2002? Yeah. There you go. There's his felony drug conviction.
Narcotics.
Yep. Right there. Oops. Shit. I don't know if it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it goes back to when he was in Oregon. You can see all this stuff. There's also, by the way, a lot of terrible negligent driving.
Go figure.
Fake license, failure to present license, all that stuff. That is his habits on the road have been that way for quite some time too. So yeah, when you hear Chille supporters, when you hear him say, "I don't have any criminal record," yeah, explain it. Explain all this. He went through all this, and his answer for all of it was, "That's not me."
Well, they lived down the Chris Ryder rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I make it up, so that's the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
The facts don't matter.
Guys like Chille will say
it's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. They made all this up.
Right. Sure.
If you've been watching Chris Ryder.
So I'm upset with this whole process, but I'm looking forward to July 10th. What are we, 84 days away? 83 days away from July 10th. We're not going to stop. You guys keep going. Don't stop. Help me share the videos that the editor.
Don't stop giving me money.
Yeah.
Cutting those trifold videos that are coming out. Share them with your friends. Make sure they get a trifold in your car. As I write my memoirs here, I reiterate again to you, and I reiterate to myself as I write my memoirs. Please, the Fifth Amendment. Don't get stuck in a back and forth with some JBTP whose goal is to arrest you, impound your car, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. That has not changed one single bit. What is their goal? Pull you over, arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. And along the way, you're going to be put in torture cuffs. Which, now that I've been in here and I've been writing, that is going to become a primary focus. I'm going to start taking local steps to get rid of torture cuffs. The idea that you have to turn around and put your arms behind your back and be chained like you are an 1860 runaway slave.
Yeah, there it is.
There it comes.
Slavery.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why playing Chille Bingo is kind of pointless again.
Got to be changed. That is the lowest hanging fruit. We now have cameras. We now have air tags. We no longer need to shackle your wrists behind your back like you are a slave and owned property. That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, Chille.
The moment your boss sees you, the moment your employers, your employees see you, the moment your family sees you, the moment another copper sees you with your arms chained behind your back, you turn into something different in everybody's mind. And that has got to change. We can't put up with it.
You know, for as much as he talks about all this system, like again, broken system, broken trust, if, you know, and Chille supporters, why has he not, if he's such a visionary and has an answer to the torture cuffs, a legitimate, workable answer, where is it? Where's the blueprints? Where is it? He just talks and talks and talks about changing shit. And that's all he's got. I mean, he's been doing this for longer than I've been covering him.
That's right.
He's not made progress one on any of that shit he's been talking about. So
he doesn't want conclusion.
No. Yep, exactly.
Conclusion means he has to stop.
Exactly. And what is his motto?
We never stop.
He doesn't finish. Though we don't stop taking advantage of you sucker motherfuckers.
It's all a grift, man. You're absolutely right. He's the master grifter.
We can't tolerate it. We have to band together to get rid of these torture cuffs. And they're billions of dollars. It's $1 billion corporation. Someone told me today this is Smith & Wesson built them. I'm not sure. I'd like to see you guys compile a list of the #1 manufacturing torture cuff company. Who's the #2 manufacturing torture cuff company? That's who's going to write the bad press about me. That's who's going to stop me as I run for governor. That's who's going to stop me. That's who's going to try to stop me, because they can't stop me, because we don't stop under any circumstances, under any conditions.
Aren't you in jail for obstruction, stupid?
Rack that shotgun one more time.
I mean, you know, not to point out the obvious, seems like they stopped you. Book title: How to Insult Cops and Influence Judges to Incarcerate You. Yeah. Thanks, Billy. For $5. Yeah, I mean, wow. He's back to running for office. That was another bingo thing, running for office or change the system. Yeah.
The bingo card would have to have 100 squares to make it fair.
Yeah, exactly. I know. That's what I'm saying. But we can all, how about this? We'll all just pretend like we played bingo.
That's right.
We all had a great time, right? Remember that?
Bingo.
That was some fun shit. Yeah, bingo.
We don't stop. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. All you guys who donated to my GoFundMe, to my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, thank you so much. You literally have made it so that I can keep going. They won't be able to destroy my business. They won't be able to destroy the appeal process. We will appeal this wrongful conviction all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court if we have to.
Won't make it.
We will not stop until the conviction is stripped. cannot have a journalist arrested and charged with crimes for filming
Won't make
a
it out
cop.
of Nevada.
There was no difference between me and anybody else who filmed the cop where the cop killed somebody. But the difference is I was alone and they targeted me.
Yeah, in your mind. In your mind, sure. Scott, for $2. Thanks, Scott. 13 days away from your May 1st trial, dude. Governor. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so dumb. I actually, I actually have another video. I have this video on Michael Eline coming out. Don't worry, Michael. I haven't forgotten you, buddy. Coming out, and I wanted to put. I ended up because it's taken too long. So, but I have a funny video coming out that I think you'll like. Appreciate it. Jose should have kept his mother's name Butts from Brandon Bork's career. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I've actually known a couple people with that last name Butts. They were fine people. But I see what you're saying. Yep, butts are funny. Butts are funny. Thanks for the $3. And let's get through this because I feel like we're almost done, guys. Thanks for hanging in there.
Because they're tired of being embarrassed when I expose what JBTPs they actually are. And that's the real deal. That's the whole thing. Zimmerman must have watched. How many hours do you think? Put it in the chat. How many hours do you think Zimmerman?
He's just reflex. Put it in the chat. You're not live streaming, dummy. Put it in the chat.
Watches my videos. I'm going to say she watches dozens of hours of my videos. She's addicted.
You have one.
Bullshit.
Wow, that was amazing. She's addicted. Wow.
Right. And honestly, he knows that she deep down that she doesn't watch because he's producing this for his editors to put on his channel.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be barking like this. He thought,
wow. But the thing is, you know, somebody might be listening, isolating.
Yeah. Oh, you know they are.
I mean, just tactically fucking stupid, man.
I mean, if somebody's going to pay attention to a jailer down in Kentucky, surely they're going to pay attention to this.
Right. You never know. I mean, either way. Either way, what a dick. I got to hear that again.
They actually are. And that's the real deal. That's the whole thing. Zimmerman must have watched. How many hours do you think? Put it in the chat. How many hours do you think Zimmerman watches my videos? I'm going to say she watches dozens of hours of my videos. She's addicted.
You have 1 minute left.
She's absolutely addicted because she can't stop herself. She wants to see what she hates the most. She can't wait to look into my eyes on my videos and say, I put him in jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He's swinging for the fucking fences.
No kidding. And he believes that everybody else has the lack of control like he does.
Dude, this is wow. This is primo. This is that escalated quickly.
Real quick.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Anyway, all right. I'll let you guys go. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening.
Fighting
I'll see you guys on the next one. I love you all. Later, Gators.
And he finishes all that off with later Gators.
Oh, God.
Lame ass. Holy shit. That was fucking amazing.
Wait,
wow.
Firing darts.
No shit. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. God damn it. Every video Chille puts out, there's like 10 different ways to make videos out of how crazy they are. It's just, there's not enough time in the day. Diamond Draco, my other half, Sovsit, Oops American National, enjoys this channel. His idea, really? Is your other half American National? Well, that's interesting. His idea, uncontrollable flatulence, the art of stimulating your rusty sheriff's badge. It's thoughtful. I like it. Thanks, Draco. Sandy D, $5. If someone donates to Chille's GoFundMe so he can keep his business going, does that make them part owner? Yeah, I there's a lot of questions one could ask about Chille's taxes and his business operations and all sorts of stuff like that, because all of his corporate entities are actually dissolved. Like, he doesn't actually have a business license to operate a business anywhere anymore. Everything just expires. Like, that's the thing. This guy, he just runs from thing to thing.
Just file for public office. Just let him do it. That'll solve all. File for public office, and all those questions will be answered.
Exactly. Yeah. That. I mean, there's so much.
We can sit back. We can sit back and watch. We don't even have to do any homework. It'll all be brought to us.
Yeah. And Sandy, was it you? Somebody a week or so ago mentioned party boobs. Was that you? Because I like the party boobs. I like that. I'm just not quite sure what to do with it yet, but I do, because it just sounds great, right? Party boobs. There's got to be a use for that. I think they're. We were talking about. I think it's just like regular boobs, but ready to party, right? It just means you're ready to go. Party boobs. Everybody got their party boobs on. Can we make that a thing? And if it wasn't you, Sandy, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I apologize. But hopefully now you do. Anyway, well, that's about that, I guess. I think that's enough. Holy cow. You know, I always because I try not to listen to these before we do them, just so I can have that reaction. Maybe I should watch them and give my brain a little time to adjust to what's happening. And I mean, I kind of like the off the cuff, spontaneous nature of it, but I'm always like, can he keep doing these? And I mean, I think I'm underestimating just how nutty Chille is what it is. I'm like, you know, this guy's gonna deliver every time. Why am I working?
Every time.
There's gonna be some
about the
crazy,
time we think that it's
just when you think you can't. I mean, that's what's really amazing about it, right? It's just like, yeah, that's right, MST. That just means Chief Tuttle likes to party. Yep. Shit. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Sandy D, that was you. I thought I dreamt it.
Boobs are made for a party. That's just what they'll do.
Booby trap backwards is party boob.
Party boobs.
Yeah, you're right. It is. Holy shit. Hey, everybody. We got a genuine. What is it? I can't believe my brain is. When it's something same as forward as it is back. God damn.
Like flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to. This is what I'm gonna have to look into. Okay, this is my homework, kids. Find out just how big of an industry the handcuff industry is. I want to see how far off the mark. Julius, not dyslexia, SPT. No, a word that is the same forwards as backwards. There's a word for it, and I just can't fucking anagram. Thank you, Jesus Christ. That's a bad sign when I can't think of the. Is it anagram? No, that's not it. No, it's not an anagram. An anagram is when it's mixed up. It's we're the same for. I cannot believe. I cannot fucking remember this. This is truly palindrome. Jesus fucking Christ. That's it. Palindrome. I cannot. Oh shit. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. That was the wrong button. Yeah, palindrome. Jesus Christ. Man, my brain is turning to soup. Surrender Monkey. Hey, Frauderem and DP. And thanks for the palindrome, Sandy. That was the point of all that. Have you guys had any shit from Coded Friends? No. Hope that answered your question. I don't know. Smoke more weed or go to bed? Is that a question or a challenge, Spartan? Yeah, thank you, Sandy. Try reading the Bill of Rights. I'll try, buddy. I don't know if I can get through it. It's a lot of words in there. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here.
And of course, the people that their jobs are required for them to understand the Bill of Rights, they know nothing.
Right. Again, Ram, congratulate Ram, by the way. He went over 6,000 subs. So good for him. That's awesome. I don't block you, BSBT.
Block anybody.
Is everybody saying something about blocking? I don't know. I'm trying to. Only cowards block me. Dickbag seems to have some balls. Yeah, no, mostly I just ignore you, buddy. Just so you know.
All night.
Yeah. Well, kids, thank you so much for being here. We will probably do Thursdays from now on. I just kind of feels better for me. Then, of course, we got Tuesday Ram Jams. So looks like every few days we'll do we'll build up the Chille calls, do them on Rams Tuesdays, and then we'll have 2 more to do on mine, and then I do have a video, like I said. Yep, I do have a video about Michael Eline coming out, and then another.
And I have a video about boobs I'm going to upload soon.
Oh yeah, party boobs, everybody. Yeah,
party boobs.
Yep, boobs. There we go.
Party
all right,
boobs.
gang. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you all soon.
That's Dickbag.
And I'm Auditor Ram. Wait a minute. That was the way it goes.
Good luck, suckers.
Yeah, I gotta go back. I gotta go. My neighbor's back, so
It's cold in the desert at night, doesn't it?
It sure does. It doesn't explain his assless chaps.
Anybody that wasn't here when we opened the show is going, what the?
Well, anybody that was here when we opened the show is probably all right.
Oh yeah, an hour of Chille will do that to your brain.
Yeah, not recommended. All right, gang.
Thanks, everybody. Till next time.
So long, suckers.
I'll be gone.